Let's see if this thing works. Oh, yep, it does. Let's change the channel. The fish channel, my favorite. Now, as you guys know by now, I do have a shopping addiction, and I was scrolling on Facebook Marketplace late one night, as I do, and I stumbled across this vintage 1951 TV, and I immediately knew what I wanted to do with it. Now, when I was a kid, my dad always talked about buying a TV like this, hollowing it out, adding a fish tank, and I was like, wow, that's such a creative and cool, unique idea, but he just never got around to doing it. So now I'm an adult with adult money, a little bit of extra free time, a really cool job that allows me to be creative and just do funky, crazy things like this, and I decided I gotta turn that childhood dream into a reality. So I texted my neighbor and I was like, hey, can you hollow out this TV for me, because I am not confident in my jigsaw ability quite yet. So just when you guys thought that this apartment decor couldn't get any weirder, we are adding a vintage TV aquarium.
When I bought this vintage 1951 TV off Facebook Marketplace, I was just excited about the piece itself. But then the seller handed me these original paperwork from over 70 years ago. Manuals, tube charts, repair guides, all perfectly preserved. It honestly blew my mind. Like, how often do you buy something secondhand and it comes with a full history lesson? It made the whole project just feel more special. Like, I wasn't just repurposing an old vintage TV, I was preserving a tiny time capsule.
So it's officially time to get this aquarium going. Let's go. You ready to come home with me, little buddy? Oh my God, I wonder if these fish know they're about to have a reality TV show. All right, I just got back from the pet store, and the lady that helped me there said I have everything I need for a beginner fish tank and then some. And I think she's right, because this very quickly went from like, ooh, I have a cute little quirky fun fish tank now, to my bank account just shed an actual tear. And I have a new responsibility of multiple fish and shrimp and snails to keep alive. So let's hope I don't mess that up. But with that being said, let's start building this fish tank.
For the substrate, I went in with this bright blue gravel. It felt fun and retro, kind of like the TV itself. And then I layered in a mix of natural and quirky decor. There's a moss bridge, some driftwood, a little coconut moss hut, and live aquatic plants to help create a balanced ecosystem. But of course I had to sneak in some silly touches, like a tiny TV and a couch, because what's a fish tank inside a vintage TV without a little meta moment? Adding in real plants isn't just for the looks though. They actually help oxygenate the water, absorb nitrates, and give a fish a more natural environment to explore and hide in. It makes the tank healthier and it keeps the fish less stressed. So it's not just cute, it's functional. A little design, a little science, and a whole lot of vibes.
Now it's time to move on to the most important step of owning a fish tank, prepping the water.
I start by filling a 5-gallon bucket with lukewarm water, and then I go into full mad scientist mode. First, I'm going to add 50 drops of water conditioner to remove chlorine and other harmful chemicals. Then I do 3 drops of allergy reducer to help keep things clean, 50 drops of biological startup to boost the good bacteria, and 50 drops of stress treatment to help keep the fish calm and happy. Once everything's in, I check the temperature. It should be around 80 to 82 degrees for the fish I'm using. And then finally, I will test the water with strips. I will compare it to the back of the bottle's chart to make sure all levels are balanced. Everything looked perfect, so we're ready to go.
So I got my water siphon here and my prepped water. I'm just gonna siphon some water into the tank.
After letting the tank cycle for about 8 hours, hours, I started introducing one fish at a time, giving each a moment to acclimate to their new environment. I added a few snails and shrimp to help with cleanup duty, and then I brought in peaceful little crews like some tetras, guppies, and an albino catfish. But the real star, a gorgeous female koi beta. I did a lot of research before adding her to make sure she'd play nice, since betas can be a little territorial. Thankfully, she's a total queen, graceful, calm, and totally unbothered. So far, the whole tank has been super peaceful. It feels like the perfect little aquatic community.
They are a little bit scared right now, but that's normal. While they get comfortable, I am going to decorate the wall and the space to really just match the vibe of this aquarium. Let's see if this thing works. Oh, yep, it does. Let's change the channel. The fish channel, my favorite. I am absolutely obsessed with how this space turned out. I mean, it's even better than I could have imagined. What started out as a 1951 vintage TV I found on Facebook Marketplace is now a fully functioning fish tank. I mean, my fish could have their own podcast in there. And how I styled the place, it's just really like my Pinterest board jumped out into real life. I am very proud of myself.
Welcome to my underwater crib. Let's get started in the living room. We've got a tiny TV, a couch straight out of Barbie's dream house, and a skeleton who's been fishing here since 1951. He hasn't caught shit, but we just let him stay for the vibes. If you slide on over to the jungle section, we've got real aquatic plants, a moody piece of driftwood, and yes, the shrimp think that they run this corner. Now here come the real stars of the show. Tetras doing laps, guppies being dramatic, and my koi beta queen floating through like she pays rent. This tank is peaceful, plant-filled, and just chaotic enough to be entertaining. 10 out of 10, would binge watch again. Feeding time, I give them just a pinch once or twice a day, enough that they can finish it in just a couple minutes. It's super important not to overfeed, because leftover food can mess up the water and stress out the fish. Keep it light and keep it clean.
This whole corner of my home is turning into such a fun, funky focal point, and honestly, I'm just getting started. I hope you guys subscribe so you can follow along with all the crazy DIY videos I've got coming up. But to be real, I think this one's my favorite so far. And I think Manny would agree. It's pretty much his own personal cat TV. No, but seriously, I'll see you guys next time on Demi Does the Most. Bye.